Robbinsdale swinging in, and it is a fair ball, and Wayzata wins it. Champlin Park back to state for the third straight year.
Hello and welcome to Sports Jam. I'm John Jacobson.
And I'm Jay Wilcox. This week on the show, we look ahead to a big celebration for one of the oldest hockey programs in the Northwest suburbs. And we'll meet a basketball standout from Maranatha Christian Academy in our Sports Jam Spotlight.
And we'll get started with a big matchup in boys hockey. Maple Grove and Blaine are chasing Andover in the Northwest Suburban Conference North Division standings. And with the Huskies in another section, the Crimson and Bengals are also figured to be the top two contenders in Section 5AA. Maple Grove at home to take on Blaine on a cold Saturday night. Henry Nelson springs Kyle Kukinen up the right wing, and he sets up Justin Janicki for the tap-in. Maple Grove leads 1-0. They'd add another 13 seconds later. Last minute of the first period, Bryce Brodzinski pops in a rebound for Blaine. They pull within 2-1 after one. After they tie it, the Bengals go ahead on a power play. Brodzinski fires a well-placed shot under Jack Winicki's arm to make it 3-2 Bengals. And they aren't done. Maple Grove turns it over, and Carson Ritchell sends it ahead to Brodzinski for the breakaway goal. Blaine goes on to win 5-3 behind Brodzinski's hat trick.
The Totino Grace boys hockey team leads the Northwest Suburban Conference West Division. The Eagles played a thriller as they faced Armstrong Cooper in Brooklyn Park. It's scoreless late in the second when a turnover cost Totino Grace. Jack Campion shoots and Ben Anderson knocks the rebound in. Armstrong Cooper takes a 1-0 lead through two periods. But on a power play, Kyle Heffron gets a return pass and whips a shot under the crossbar. Totino Grace ties it up 1-1. Just over a minute later, Campion carries the puck on a power play, and his shot deflects off the defenseman's stick and in. The Wings take the lead back 2-1. The Eagles, though, answer while shorthanded as Caleb Meehan tees it up for Nick Stika's blast. 3 goals in less than 3 minutes, and it's a 2-2 game. In the final seconds, Ben Palmer gets a return pass from Luke Delzer. Palmer tucks it past Owen Reeve. Totino Grace gets the game winner with 18 seconds left. However, they lost at Champlin Park Saturday, pulling the Rebels within 2 points of the Eagles in the West Division.
In girls hockey, Maple Grove's having another strong season, while Osseo Park Center is much improved. Youth Hockey Day at the Maple Grove Community Center as the Crimson hosted the Stars. First period, a scoring chance for Maple Grove, but OPC goalie Sophie Almquist makes a big stop in close on number 10, Manon McMahon. 28 saves in the game for Almquist. But late in the first period, McMahon with a great rush up ice with the puck. She goes in and scores on this shot for her 12th goal of the season. It's 1-0 Maple Grove after one. Second period, Crimson on the power play. Chloe Corbin passes Tristana Tater in the slot. She scores, and Maple Grove has a 2-0 lead on the Stars. Later in the second, Lauren Stensley passes to Sam Stelgis, who makes a nice move to get to the net. Her backhand try is stopped, but Stensley is there to bang home the rebound, and it's 3-0 Crimson after two. Number 14, Corbin, closes the scoring late in the game on this rush, going in to beat Almquist on the far side for Maple Grove's 4th goal of the day. Crimson win at 4-0. They play at Hill Murray Thursday. It's been a strong season for the Wayzata girls hockey team. The Trojans met one of the best teams in the state last week. 4th-ranked Trojans at home to take on defending state champion and top-ranked Edina. And an early goal here from Cece Bowlby off the pass from Tella Jungles. 1-0 Edina 5 minutes into the game. The Trojans tie it later in the first. Gretchen Branton to Sloan Matthews. To 1-1 game through one. Matthews, their 17th goal of the season there. Watch the great pass here. Emily Wisniewski to Branton, who goes in to score on the breakaway. And this goal ties it at 2 in the second period. Same score in the third. Lily Hendrickson to Jungles. And she picks the top corner of the net with her shot to score. The Hornets back in front, 3-2. But the Trojans answer again. Mackenzie Schiller's shot from just inside the blue line finds the back of the Edina net, and it's 3-3 on that power play goal. This one goes to overtime. Edina gets a 2-on-1 rush. Katie Davis to to Jane Keel, and then back to Davis, who ends it with his game-winning goal. Indiana takes this one 4-3 in overtime. The Hornets lost to second-ranked Blake 2-1 on Friday.
One season after winning the state Class 3A title, the Cooper girls basketball team is finding the going a little tougher this winter. The Hawks look to bounce back from their first Metro West Conference loss against Chaska when they played host to Bloomington Jefferson on Friday. It's a good start for the Hawks. Quick passing leads to a three-pointer for Drea Tribble as they hit shots early in this contest. Jayla Relaford heats up. She pops a three from the corner to make it 9-4 Cooper. They later stretch the lead to 15-4. But Jefferson heats up. Samantha Sonnerberg finds Logan Mahoney for a three from the corner. Cooper goes ice cold, and Jefferson goes on a 12-0 run to take a 16-15 lead into halftime. And the Jaguars seize control early in the second half. Sonnerberg with a shot fake, a nice baseline drive as Jefferson's lead grows to double figures. But Cooper isn't done. Asia Wheeler scores in transition as part of an 11-point game for her, and it's 40-34. It's tied late when Tribble makes the play of the game, getting the steal at half court and finishing with the layup to give Cooper a 2-point lead with 19 seconds left. Jefferson down two. They missed the free throw on purpose and then get two cracks at putbacks, but they won't drop, and Cooper pulls out a 43-41 win. The Wayzata girls basketball team is ranked second in Class 4A, and the Trojans enter the week undefeated. Visiting Maple Grove gave them a big test. It's a great start for the Crimson. Ari Gordon nails a step-back three as Maple Grove jumps out to a 13-3 lead. Abby Schulte plays well in the first half. She banks in the pull-up jumper on her way to a 14-point game. Wayzata battles back, though. Mara Braun cuts on the baseline and then scores a nice left-handed hoop. Wayzata leads by 2 at the half. It's a tight game all the way. Mimi Schrader inbounds to Tyson, who scores 2 of her 16 points for a 43-40 Trojans lead. Maple Grove goes inside to Jordan Lampker for the hoop, and the Crimson take the lead back at 44-43 with 2:40 left. But that's the last point for the Crimson. They go inside at Callie Tyson in heavy traffic. She misses but gets it back to score. Wayzata takes the lead for good with just under a minute left. The Trojans hold on for a 49-44 win.
And a good game there, Jay. Maple Grove played well defensively.
Yeah, they did a lot of things right to try and win that game, and it came close, and they certainly got a good test for both teams. I think that's the type of game that'll help them out. Well, time for our first break. Straight ahead, highlights from boys basketball and more when Sports Jam continues. Last Friday featured a handful of girls-boys varsity doubleheaders in basketball.
One of those took place at Maple Grove, where the Crimson hosted rival neighbor Osseo. Highlights from the boys' game with a big crowd on hand. Jared Rainey runs the break for MG and delivers a great pass to Caden Betcher. The sophomore finishes. Cornell Richardson on the move for Osseo. He slips past the defender and scores 2. Eli Barlow drives hard for and scores, plus a foul here for the Orioles. Kyle Dreyer kicks it out to Rainey. He strokes a 3 late in the first half. It's 26-all at the break. Early second half, Richardson with a nifty steal. He goes all the way for the basket. He nets a game-high 18 points. Nate Adams hits a nice catch and shoot three-pointer with a defender in his face for a 43-42 Crimson lead. Osseo's Terrence Waits with a nice fake. He drives for the hoop, giving the Orioles a 1-point lead. Osseo's up 50-49 with 12 seconds to play, and it's a wild sequence here as Maple Grove tries to get off a final shot, but the Crimson can't get a good look, and Osseo holds on for the win. Maple Grove girls beat Osseo 69-33.
In the Lake Conference, both Hopkins and Wayzata went on the road to play doubleheaders. The Trojans boys playing at Edina in the Hornets Fieldhouse. Wayzata starts fast in this one. Jacob Benega drives and then hits the pull-up jumper for a 13-4 lead. Luke Paulson will miss a long 3, but watch Camden Heidi fly in to jam the rebound home in impressive fashion. It's 28-13 Trojans. They keep up the scoring pace. Benega splits the defenders and gets a tough left-handed layup to drop on his way to a 29-point night. And Benega saves his best for last in the half, rising up to hit a buzzer beater as the Trojans take a 46-26 lead into halftime. And they look to pick up where they left off in the second half. Keaton Heidi hits a baseline jumper. It seems like Wayzata's in command at 51-32. But Edina's in the top 10 for a reason. They work the ball around and lob it over the defender to Jacob Hudson for the jam. The Hornets are back within 11. And they keep the rally going as Charlie Half gets a big three to rattle and drop. Edina's got the momentum. They pull within 6 at 55-49. But Wayzata never gives up the lead. Benega to Jacob Wildermuth to Paulson for three. 8th-ranked Wayzata beats number 5 Edina 74-70. Also that night, the 2nd-ranked Wayzata girls ran their record to 16-0 with a 59-40 win over Edina. 4 Trojans players scored between 10 and 13 points. Hopkins remains unbeaten and ranked 1st in Class 4A following a 77-32 win over Minnetonka Friday, plus a non-conference win against Bemidji on Saturday. In boys basketball, Maranatha Christian, a 10-game winning streak coming into their game with St. Croix Prep. Chase Carter with the steal, and he sends it to Makai Harut on the break for the basket. The shot by St. Croix is off, rebounded by Maranatha, but Zachary Doley rips it away and scores 2 for the Lions. Late in the first half, Christian Davis hits a big three-pointer for the Mustangs. They lead 40-33 at halftime, 11 in the game for Davis. Early in the second half, Maranatha on the run. Hakim Daniels to Clarence Daniels, and he finishes. St. Croix runs the break. Nolan Grubish slashes to the hoop and scores 2 of his 18. Daniel McCarroll rises up and hits a three, cutting the Maranatha lead to 47-46. But midway through the second half, the Mustangs take over. Hakim Daniels with a tough rebound and putback. He nets 26 on the night. Then Justin Mason floats the pass to Davis, and he glides in for the hoop. And then Daniels gets free and scores, plus an intentional foul is called on the Lions here. Daniels hits both free throws for a 4-point play. Maranatha, number 8, scores a convincing win over number 6, St. Croix Prep. 79-58 is the final.
Wayzata has produced a number of good teams and athletes in gymnastics over the years. The Trojans are again a top 10 team in Class AA this season. They were at home to face Breck in a non-conference meet. The Mustangs' top gymnast is Sailor Hawkins. She scores an 8.8 on this vault for the Mustangs, tops for her team. On vault for Wayzata, Lauren Osterberg goes big. She scores a 9.3 for the Trojans and wins the event. Grace Trainer is a top gymnast for Wayzata, only competed on uneven bars and balance beam in this meet, but she nails her bars routine for a score of 9.45. Her sister Izzy wins the beam and floor exercise as Wayzata wins the meet 141.9 to 132.65. The Trojans finished 5th at the Wolfpack Invitational Saturday, scoring 142.5.
And John, you'll be seeing the Trojans gymnasts in action this week here on CCX.
That's right, as they take on Hopkins Thursday. Also, Wayzata's boys swimmers won the Section 5AA True Team meet. The Breck Blake Bearstangs also won in Section 2A. Straight ahead in our Sports Jam Spotlight, meet a boys basketball standout from one of this area's small school powers. The Maranatha Christian Academy boys basketball team enters the week with a 13-1 record and a number 6 ranking in Class 2A. This week's Sports Jam Spotlight, we meet a Mustangs 2-sport standout who's doing it all on the court this winter for MCA. Hakim Daniels has options, but the Maranatha junior will have a tough choice to make sometime in the next several months, whether to play college basketball or football. And football almost didn't happen at all for Hakim last fall, playing for the Providence Academy co-op team that MCA is part of.
In the summer, I didn't even want to play football, but I got talked into playing it, so I said, I'm going to try this out, and if it works out, it works out. So I had a pretty good year, and now it's just, I don't know which one, so I just want to play hard in both of them and see what happens from there.
Hakim says he loves to tackle. It's his strength as the Lions' starting strong safety, and he brings that same love for contact to the basketball court. The 6'1" guard not only leads the team in scoring, but in rebounding too. Undersized, maybe. Certainly determined on the boards.
For me, just going out there and trying to get every board, and I feel like that takes away a lot of teams' opportunities to try to score again, because that's a takeaway, whether that's offense rebounds or defense rebounds. Offense rebounds that's giving us another opportunity to try to score and make a play. In defense, me getting the rebound, now it's our turn to go on offense and score on them, so I feel like it's a win-win.
He's a walking double-double, really good just physique. Definitely going to be a college player at some level. For us, he's our rock, he's our foundation. We can count on him every night. If we're struggling a little bit, he finds a way just to rebound the ball very well. So it's very hard for teams to scout just because he's just so good at just making those hustle plays.
And Hakim has skills to go along with that hustle. He's a smooth scorer and a rugged defender. But he's humble about his game, saying there's a lot of work to be done if he wants to someday play college basketball.
Daniels scores plus a foul.
I need everything, to get to the next level. That's a really big deal, and at the next level they're already. So I feel like I got to get better at defense, shooting for sure. You can always get better at ball handling, shooting, defense, and making the right plays. Not thinking too much, but just playing.
Hakim's older brother Clarence is a senior at MCA. Clarence is signed to play college basketball with Montana State Billings next year, and has been a great mentor for his younger brother.
Oh, he's helped me a tremendous amount, just him being a year older than him, having to go through things before I have to go through them. So, it's kind of cool for me to see, his experiences and what he said, like he wished he could have did, and him helping me out. So for him to get the scholarship, it just motivates me to work harder, because, that's where anybody wants to go to, get a scholarship to play the game you love.
But it's not all about sports for Hakim. He carries a 4.0 grade point average and is part of the school's Associate of Arts program, working toward his high school diploma while also earning college credits.
That's kind of cool for me, for me, it's a lot of workload, especially during the basketball season, It's a lot of long nights, but I know it's going to be worth it. It's just about making a sacrifice, It's how good do you want to be and what do you want out of your life. So I feel like that's it shouldn't even be a question, You got to do what's best for you.
The Mustangs enter play this week with just one loss in the season. Tough games are ahead, but Hakim believes in his team.
I think for our team, things are going very well. I think we're gelling together at the right time. I think that we're all gluing together, really. We're starting to trust in each other a lot more. And that's something that's very big in our season. That's what's going to carry us to our ultimate goal.
Hakim has scholarship offers for both basketball and football, but is still not decided on a sport or college yet. Osseo hockey celebrates a big anniversary this weekend. Jay Wilcox has more on that in a moment.
Welcome back to Sports Jam. It's a really special season for the Osseo boys hockey program. 60 years of Osseo hockey being celebrated, and coming up Saturday, a day to really commemorate that as the Orioles host Spring Lake Park and we'll have a special celebration. We're joined by the co-head coaches, Kevin Willey and Mark Phenow, who also played their high school hockey here at Osseo. And Kevin, I know you've been kind of digging into some of this and getting ready for the celebration. And what are some of the fun things that you've kind of learned about Osseo hockey as you've gotten ready for this?
Oh man, it's been incredible. Just talking, made contact with a lot of the old coaches that were here at Osseo, and like I said, unfortunately, a couple couldn't make it up from their winter homes in Arizona and Florida. But man, just awesome to hear about Coach Paskey when he was here. He coached both JV and helped out with the varsity, but he would. Man, the varsity was practicing at 10:30 at night over at Blake Arena. JV was practicing out in the field, pretty much where we were here, and they had a string of lights, snowboards, just a tiny little room to get dressed in. It's just I've been finding out a lot, and there's still a lot of pride there. Over these 60 years, we're hearing from a lot of guys, and it's really exciting, and can't wait.
You were a player on a team that had one of the more memorable games, I think, in Osseo history, when that big comeback against Elk River in the section semifinals. They went up 4-0 early. You guys came back, winning in overtime. How much of a great memory was that night for you and your teammates at that time?
Yeah, it almost gives you chills. It was that first game of the doubleheader at the Coliseum, and it went in double overtime. So all the people that were there for the second game were there as well. So the whole place was packed. It's just it's kind of funny. I talked to the guys. I don't remember many scores or anything like that over the years, but you just met those little memories that you pick up along the way, and that was definitely unreal. It's too bad we couldn't take care of Blaine in that section final, but I mean, obviously they were a pretty darn good team, and they won state that year.
And speaking of some memorable games, we'll turn to Mark Phenow now, part of the only Osseo team to make the state tournament. Tell me about winning that section title and getting a chance to play in the tournament. Mark, what was that like for you guys back then?
It was awesome. I mean, we were a 4 or 5 seed. I forget what it was, but you know, we kind of got on a run that towards the end of the year. Our goalie got hot, and yeah, I try to bring back the memories of these guys. These guys weren't even born yet when we went, so it's tough to explain to them just how awesome it is. You know, it's one of the best weeks of your life, something you'll never forget. Last night I sent out a big group message at all the 94 players on that team, seeing how many are going to attend next weekend, and hopefully we'll get a good group. It's kind of our 25-year reunion, which is hard to believe.
Been a lot of great players and a lot of great teams that have come through this program too, and you look at, you know, the new mural out in the lobby and some of the improvements to the arena. Is it kind of fun to reminisce a little bit about, you know, the guys that not only that you played with, but just before you and after you as well?
Yeah, when you look at some of the names with Trent Klatt and Travis Morin and Jake Fleming, I mean, a lot of guys that went on to play D1 and a lot of college guys, and then the pros as well. Andy Hedlund just finished up his career a couple years ago, and yeah, it'll be exciting. It's a great looking lobby now, and the rink is looking great, and we're excited to have all those guys come back and kind of see what's going on with our program now. A lot of guys haven't been around for years. Guys living out of state, stuff like that. So it's exciting for us, exciting for those guys that come back and witness a high school game, and hopefully they'll enjoy their time here. Well, the JV starts it off at 1 o'clock. We play at 3. We're going to have like an hour tour up at the locker room here, show everybody our new locker room, and then we will head over to the Osseo Legion afterwards and have a little ceremony over there, and some food and beverages, and have some fun, yeah.
All right, Mark, thanks so much for joining us, and have fun with the celebration.
Thank you.
Mark Phenow and Kevin Willey, the co-head coaches of the Osseo boys hockey program, and again celebrating 60 years of Osseo hockey coming up on Saturday here at Dick Vrah Arena as the Orioles take on Spring Lake Park. We'll be back to wrap up Sports Jam in just a moment. We've got our Plays of the Week up next.
They get a great opportunity.
They do bows. It's a shot.
Schulte giving it up for Carroll for the layup on a nice cut.
Outside pass. Oh, it's down there. Fly by the Eagles. You can see that speed there, yeah. Nice backdoor cut.
Oh, Baranek.
And a reminder of our new feature here on Sports Jam. It's our CCX Sports Play of the Week. We'll have 4 new plays each week to vote on. Go to our website at ccxmedia.org. Go to the Play of the Week page under the Sports tab and vote for your favorite play. Next week, we'll reveal this week's winner and have 4 new plays to watch. And here's last week's winner. Champlin Park gymnast Cheney New on the vault in this meet against Anoka, and Blaine scored a 9.8. She's having another great season for the Rebels. She's our first Plays of the Week winner. Remember, go to our website and vote, and we'll announce the next winner on our January 28th show. Our game of the week is a good one in boys hockey as the 4th-ranked Maple Grove Crimson travel to Aldrich Arena to take on Hill Murray. Jay Wilcox and Dan Ficken will have the call on CCX1 live at 7 p.m. Wednesday. The game also replays Wednesday night at 10. And that will do it for this week's show. Thanks for watching.
Thanks for joining us, and don't forget to vote for your favorite play of the week.